Boxing is a sport where milliseconds decide whether you land the punch or eat one. It's not blocking. It's not slipping. It's something far more deceptive: parrying. Fighters like Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez, and Vasily Lomachenko have used this tiny hand movement to frustrate world-class opponents, making them miss again and again, and then punishing them for daring to throw. In this video, we're going to break down the art of parrying, why it's so effective, and how the masters of the sport turned it into a weapon. What is parrying? At its core, parrying is the art of redirecting a punch. Instead of meeting a strike head-on like you would when blocking, or avoiding it entirely like slipping, parrying is about taking that incoming energy and slightly nudging it off course with your hand, forearm, or even your elbow. It looks simple, just a tap, just a little push. But in the chaos of a fight, that small movement makes all the difference. With a good parry, you're not just avoiding damage. You're also controlling your opponent's attack. You're dictating where their punch goes, stealing their rhythm, and setting up openings for yourself. That's why defensive masters like Mayweather built their style around it. Every time his opponent thought they had him, a simple parry sent the punch offline, and suddenly they were the one in danger. And here's the real beauty of parrying: it's not just defense, it's offense hiding in disguise. Because the moment you deflect a punch, you've created a perfect lane to counter. You're not just surviving, you're turning their attack into your opportunity. But not all parries are created equal. Some are safer while others are risky. And to really understand how fighters use them, we need to break down the different types of parries, starting with the most common one, the down parry. The down parry involves pushing, tapping, or dragging your opponent's punch downward with your glove or forearm. So why is it effective? First, it's exhausting for your opponent. Every time you knock their jab down, they're forced to lift their arm back up against gravity just to reset. Over the course of a few rounds, that drains their shoulders and slows their punches. Second, the down parry creates massive openings. By knocking their hand down, you open a perfect lane for your power shots upstairs. It's like lowering a drawbridge straight to their chin. And third, it's relatively easy to learn compared to other parries. Gravity is on your side, making it feel natural to push down instead of fighting against the punch. The danger of the down parry is what happens in the moment your glove drops. That tiny downward motion can leave your face exposed, and against sharp punchers, mistiming it could mean eating a clean shot you never saw coming. Once you've mastered the down parry, the next step is to learn how to control the inside lane with what's called the inside parry. Instead of pushing the punch down, here you drive your glove slightly inward at the last moment, redirecting the opponent's jab or cross right across their body. The effect? You completely shut off their straight punches while leaving your own hand perfectly placed for a counter. Here's why fighters love it. The inside parry sets up immediate same-side counters. Knock their jab inward, and your right hand is already loaded. Knock their cross inward, and your left hand is waiting. It's quick, it's disruptive, and it makes opponents second-guess throwing straight punches down the middle. But there's a catch. The inside parry demands razor-sharp timing. If you're even half a beat late, your glove is out of position, and your face is wide open. That's why this parry is usually seen at the higher levels. It's high reward, but also high risk. The outside parry or scoop. With the outside parry, you roll your glove outward, thumb down, and literally scoop the incoming punch away from your face. The advantage here is control, because instead of just swiping the glove away for a split second, the scooping motion lets you stay connected to their hand for longer. That gives you time to step off at an angle, circle around them, or even crowd the space before they can reset. It also puts your hand in an interesting position on the inside track of their guard. That means you're closer to landing your punch than they are, which can be huge in tight exchanges. But, just like the inside parry, it's not perfect. The scoop takes more drilling, more precision, and it doesn't naturally set you up for big, same-side counters. If you're sloppy with it, you might end up swiping your own hand too far out of position, leaving your chin exposed. So the outside parry is powerful, but tricky, best reserved for fighters who've put in the reps. At this point, though, you might be wondering, are jabs the only thing you can parry? Absolutely not. Some of the most advanced and creative parries are designed for hooks, uppercuts, and even lazy punches. And that's where things start to get really interesting. Then there's the legendary shoulder parry, or shoulder roll. Floyd Mayweather made this famous. Instead of blocking, he'd roll his shoulder, letting punches slide harmlessly off, while keeping his right hand ready to fire. It's not just defense, it's a built-in counterattack. And on the opposite end, we have one of the rarest tools, the elbow parry. By lifting the elbow or forearm at just the right moment, you can deflect lazy jabs or looping shots without wasting energy. It's not flashy, but in a fight, every little edge matters. So now you've seen the power of parrying, from the basics to the advanced tricks, to why it can completely change a fight. But here's what I want to know from you. If you were in the ring, which parry would you trust the most under pressure? Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to hear your take. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We've got more deep dives coming into the hidden gems of boxing, the skills that separate casual fighters from true masters.